Okay, so I'm going to be using a different camera the next time I make video here. This one, I went online and had a look, and this one only runs for not even 10 minutes and it shuts off. So anyway, so here's the plate with these springs. So I'm not going to separate these out. I'm going to leave those ones on. But you can see there's just these little dowels that are in the actual clutch plate. These just slide on, and then these ones, the ones that are on the first one, they're into these dowels that the bolts screw into. So those ones I'll take off, and then we'll start dismantling the clutch plates. So put those there, and the one. Actually, you know what? What I'm going to do, I'm just going to put these back in here. Now I'm going to use these because I have to make up a puller for this. So I'm just going to put these in here for now. Where's the other one now? I know I had... Well, now isn't that something? I know I've got the third one here. And I can't see it. Okay. Well, it didn't go far. That's interesting that I misplaced that one. Did I drop it in? Maybe I put it in with the spring. Must have put it in with the springs. Okay. This is interesting now. Okay. What am I missing here? Because these really, that guy should just come out. They should just start, I should be able to just start taking the friction plates and the plates apart. They should just pull out, I thought. Well, isn't that interesting? But it's definitely not pulling out. Okay, well, not going to worry about it right now. I'm going to sit here and think about it, but I won't leave you guys running while I sit and think about it, or while I go and look at the manual. But maybe it just needs to be tapped on to be broken loose. Perhaps that's it. Let's give it a little tap with my little wooden block here. Yeah, that's all it is. That's why. You silly bugger. It's not the center part you pull on. It's just the outer ones you start to pull off. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I am going to do up a little dowel so that I can, or a little spot to put them. Go get a piece of paper towel because I want to keep them in order. Clutch was working good, so I want to make sure the clutch goes back together the way that it came apart. Okay, give me a second. I'll grab a paper towel, lay them down on. All right. There we go now. There we go. Those slide right over there. Okay. And I'm just going to have a look Yeah, there's still lots of material left on that plate. What I'm going to do is just grab a small screwdriver just to pry those guys out. Let's see. And what I'll do is I'll just set those off to the side so they're not in my work area. Couple more. Yeah, I'll clean these up. There's definitely some friction plate material on them, which is fine. I'll just clean them up. And there's the nut that we need to get off for the basket. There we go. That one is different. So the last friction plate has got all kinds of small cuts in it. The other ones are much bigger. Okay. And this is the last plate. So this one looks like it's got a dish on it. I think the first one did too. Yeah, it definitely does have a dish. So it came off this way. So the dish is out. It's dished in the center here. You can see where the splines are. It's also dished, and it's dished out. So the other one, first one, likely was dished in. So let me just have a look. Friction. Yeah. Yeah, the first steel plate was dished in. Because it was a friction plate, friction plate, steel plate, and so on. So that's how they go back together. So I'll remember that. So that doesn't seem too bad, actually. But now the trick here is going to be, I'm going to want to, oh, there's my push rod. I'll pull that out. I'm going to want to get this nut off. And I want to get the nut off for the alternator, for the rotor here, the magnetized rotor. I want to get those off before I take the chain off, before I slide everything out, because I'll use the chain to lock those to keep them from spinning. All right. Now these guys here, but this one, that's pretty loose, so I don't think I'm going to need anything other than, I'll just keep that in there, and that's locked on. Yeah. So I'll take these bolts out. I want to get them out of the way. I'm not going to need them right now. But if I do need a puller, if I did need to, what I had planned to do, I've got there's a whole bunch of ways to do it. These bolts aren't particularly long. They're probably only, is that about 1.5, maybe a little bit more than 1.5 centimeters long. Pretty short. But I was just going to use a piece of steel, just thick enough, like maybe, actually what would have been ideal would have been the steel from a junction box cover, an electrical junction box cover, and just drill the 3 holes and then drill one in the center and use it to pull out if that's what I have to do. But if this will just slide off, then that's great.